Uh, how many of you have joined city retreats recently? Like weekend intensives? Yeah, so I think this are you hearing me okay? This form of those windows could be closed because there's so much noise. So this form of training, these city retreats, is already familiar to you. I think the schedule is attached there next to the door. So we will have 2 hours of, there's a feedback in the sound. Matt?
Sorry?
The feedback from the mic.
Oh, okay.
There's a sound. If there is a knob that says mid frequencies in the equalizer, cut it, yes. So we have two hours of practicing this evening. And tomorrow morning we usually do Rushen, the first hour. But tomorrow morning there will be a empowerment for Song of Vajra, which is one of the main texts we study and chant on retreats. So there is a so-called lung, or reading empowerment for that text. I will talk about that more tomorrow morning, but that's the reason why tomorrow the first thing we won't do Rushen, but we will do on Sunday. And you know, the schedule tomorrow and Sunday is the same as on other city retreats. Tomorrow the day begins at 9 a.m. and stops at 6 p.m. and Sunday from 9 to 3. What are you doing, Matt?
Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out the echoing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah?
I am fiddling about with it.
I think basically the speaker comes up here.
It should be fine.
The speaker's place in relationship to the mic, isn't it?
Sorry?
Normally it's where the speaker's placed in relationship to the microphone.
Yeah, but if you take the volume a little down, try that. If the equalizer doesn't work, take the volume down.
Okay.
Is it better now? Is it better now?
Yeah.
There's no
Okay. Great. So I suggest we start with a couple of minutes of sitting and then read the long Bodhicitta prayer and the Refuge. Even if you're tired of the activities of the day and the activities of the week, there is something in you that is perfectly awake and clear. Not tired, not sleepy. Recognize that, what is awake and clear. When it is this awake awareness, when it is properly recognized in a valid way, that moment of clarity, aliveness and stability is a moment as a Buddha, as your true self. Simple as that. Resting in that. If you're not sure if you got it, stop trying to get it. Just stop. When trying to find out stops, the mere knowing, mere cognition remains. Selfless knowing. And that's the essence of all dharmas, Buddhist and otherwise. There's nothing more profound. It's actually very good pointer, this that late in the evening, on the Friday night of the week, when you have been active, doing different things, and you're tired, your body is tired. But there is this awareness that is not tired. It's awake, no problem. The real you without a small entity, without a self. We are now sitting motionless, but it is there also during when movement, during thinking, in thinking, during emotions, in emotions, during sleeping, when being angry, frustrated, pissed off, before birth, throughout the whole life, during death and after death. So when you're sitting in it, relax your body. Relax your body into it. It's the best massage you can ever get. You know, sitting, just being aware, and doing the embodiment that we practice in Tibetan Heart Yoga. This is the essence of all Buddhism. Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, Chokchen. All vehicles. If you practice this simple thing, and if you familiarize with it thoroughly, to put it in a bit silly term, you become a royal of Buddhism, a royalty. It's not possible. By royalty I mean like someone who is an adept or even awareness holder. Awareness holder means attained Buddha, completely awake. Not possible to become an awareness holder by studying a library full of sutras, doctrines. But this practice, this is it. Call it Chokchen, Ati-yoga, non-meditation, silent illumination, just sitting. Choiceless awareness, do nothing meditation. Let your body relax into it, this knowing awareness. Let your belly, breathing, solar plexus relax into it. Chest and shoulders. Let the holding in the pelvic floor and genital area relax into this knowing awareness. Shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists, hands, fingers, hip joints, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, toes. from awake awareness. This is not a falling asleep practice. Even though we are relaxing the body in the same way as what happens when we are falling asleep. But we are awake. And the indications, how you know that the recognition is correct, are simply that your mind becomes clear. You feel clear, clear-minded, harmonious, in harmony and connected. Without a conflict, without, how do you say, furry brows, like grumpy, or somehow in doubt. Just very good, natural. Like on the last day or last few days of your summer holiday. Something that I was kind of putting a little emphasis last weekend. We did some training here in Birmingham, was that even though we have now sat ourselves down, straightened our spines, this is not a meditation exercise. That's why it's called non-meditation. You're not focused on anything, you're not attentive of something particular. Just open. Not going into a meditative state and not seeking any meditative state. This mind of awake awareness is there all the time. We have it all the time. It's all the time in your mind, in your body, in your heart, in your blood, in the circulation, in the cells, muscles, tissues of your body. When it's not recognized, it's called samsara. When it is recognized, it's called liberation, being free. Self-based, I-based, and I-less, selfless. Very, very simple stuff, isn't it? Not difficult at all. Do you agree or disagree? You are free to disagree. But is it what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Good. Let's now chant the long Bodhicitta, prayer of supreme enlightenment for the sake of all beings, and then the long Refuge, and then continue sitting. Prayer of supreme enlightenment for the sake of all beings. Sincerely I bow down to the Guru and all Buddhas in all directions. Heart I seek the blessings of the Buddhas of perfect love, kindness, compassion and wisdom. Let your gaze rest upon me, please keep me close and never let me go astray. I know the and confusion caused by myself to myself, therefore my sincere is to learn the Dharma, practice the Dharma and realize the Dharma. The sake of all beings, may the winds blow smoothly to allow me to actualize this prayer and have the basic necessities of health, food and shelter. For this kindness I bow to the Buddhas in all directions with the constant blessings. Guru, I strive to attain the supreme enlightenment in this body and mind. Sake of all beings lost in samsara, may all beings be free of suffering and the Dharma to free themselves. I take refuge in the Guru, his pure land, Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Offer my body, speech and mind, past, present and future, the refuge for the liberation of all beings. May all beings be free, may all be free, may all beings be free. Now pay attention what happens after chanting the prayer. What happens in your body-mind energy field? What changes? What stays? And then the long refuge. I take refuge in the Guru. take refuge in His pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in His pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in His pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. Feel the refuge with your body, with your physical 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 kilo body. While being in the recognition, let's do some deep breathing. Like long inhalations and long exhalations. So that when you inhale to the belly and you kind of push it down a little bit. And when you exhale, just long. And inhale. Let's do this for a few minutes. At the end of the inhalation, you can a little bit push with the stomach muscles there. You know, when you breathe into the belly and belly expands, push it downwards with the stomach muscles, kind of bolting it down. Your shoulders stay and chest stays at the same place. They don't rise when you inhale. Look, keep your arms like this, relax totally. Keep doing it. Ventilating the body and mind a little bit. Few more, 2, 3 more. And then leave it. See what's the change. Let's do another series of deep breathing exercise where we hold the breath. Look at me a little bit. If you didn't join the spring retreat, look at me a little bit. So you inhale, your chest and shoulders stay at the same level. You don't inhale like this. Breathing into the belly. So the belly expands and then you hold it and you press down with the stomach muscles. Hold it 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, even 10, 15 if it feels comfortable. You don't have to count it. So just hold the breath until it feels comfortable and then exhaling deeply. Inhalation, retention, exhalation. Okay? Only tensing the stomach muscles. Leave the pelvic floor muscles relaxed. When you're holding the breath in the gut, you can have your attention in the midpoint, mid-area between the stomach and the back, inside the gut. Close the second window. The middle window, can you open it? Or the back window. We need some air. Continue a few more. And then after exhalation, leave it. So the knowing, awake awareness stays during the exercise. If you get distracted into thoughts, planning, whatever, get back to that basic knowing. Let's do a third series of the same exercise with holding of the breath, 10-20 times, 15-20 times. So we are not generating that awake awareness, we're just reorganizing, harmonizing the energy currents, prana, lung in our body and mind. A deep, thorough exhalation.
can you practice?
During the holding of the breath, relax the body as thoroughly as possible, tensing as few muscles as possible. Two, three more. And then you can leave it. Notice what changes and what stays. Is it clearer after the exercise? Mostly yes, some no. So that it becomes clear for everybody, let's do this exercise. So one of the secrets of Dzogchen tradition. Ha, ha, ha! Ho, ho, ho! 3 claps, 3 has, 3 hos. Okay? Let's do this together. 1, 2, 3. Ha, ha, ha! Ho, ho, ho! Again. Ha, ha, ha! Ho, ho, ho! So immediately after the claps and shouts, you relax your body and have your vision like on the eye level, not watching down. Having eye level like in the beginning phases of the practice is useful because it opens up, it's more open than with watching down. But later when knowing awareness stabilizes, having your eyes down is no problem at all. Let's do it once more. Ha, ha, ha! Ho, ho, ho! Move your eyes, watching at different objects in the room from that knowing awareness. Simple, direct meeting with different objects. Seeing without a seer. You can move your head as well. Also hands, arms, toes, feet, legs. Let's take a 10-minute break and then continue. I have to take a break of that sun that is killing my neck